Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we're in another battle here where actually it's about 500 Kuzits against 1,000 of us, I think. Actually, it might be 900. But either way, we should be able to crush them here. Hopefully, we can definitely crush them. Especially with me just charging the missile cap here, I should just be able to get a lot of kills. It does look like they're kind of on their weaker men. Obviously, they still got pretty good men. But they don't have full, like, 60 Khan's guard. I've seen about 5 Khan's guard in their lines, but that's about it, which is pretty bad numbers in all honesty. We're gonna heal our men back here. Holding our position as it is pretty good, considering we've got a nice archer fire. We've got a great infantry line defending. They should take a lot of losses here, just trying to take this little bit of infantry line here. We might even shield wall, honestly. Just tighten our formation up a little bit more, might be a little bit better for us here. Obviously, we want to charge their cavalry. Well, their missile cap, should I say. Fiend champions are doing work, like always. Obviously, the more kills we can get on the missile cap, the sooner on, the better, obviously. But I'm not too sure what we're going to siege, really. I think we might be sieging Aragon and I think it's Mazea. There was another clan that we wanted to join in the last episode, and they own 2 towns and a bunch of castles, so we're just going to target 2 of the towns. But obviously we took a lot of the Kuzits in this war. The Kuzits gained basically nothing here. Well, actually they haven't gained anything. They gained 1 clan but lost 2, so they're at a negative 1 clan. Ooh, that lord just took out Hassan. I've actually lost where that lord ran off to. Yeah, it does look like they're getting crushed here. They've got 80 men, but it looks like they're kind of scattered out. Our formations are definitely scattered out though, so we're going to just regroup them. We're going to get some bow shots, maybe in their lines. Might just completely miss, but it's worth a shot. Ooh, their cavalry is about to charge our infantry line straight up. Just head on. Hopefully they're going to get halted by our infantry. Ooh, it looks like they just went around straight to our archers here. We're going to get them back for doing that. They don't really stand much of a chance, this cavalry unit, because we have about 50 cavalry on the way to absolutely just murder them. They've got, I think, 20. Plus, we've probably got more elite. Yes, we're just going ahead and charging here. We are taking losses, but nowhere near as many losses as they're taking. But our losses are a lot worse, because ours are very elite men. Theirs are like not really that elite. We're absolutely crushing them here though, so this battle's going beautifully here. I think we've got a pretty nice position here where our infantry can't really be hit, but our archers can hit them, which I think's a beautiful place to have our men. Because unless they crest over that hill and really get in the most open position, then they can't hit our infantry, which is obviously a beautiful place to have our infantry, because it means we're just not taking any unnecessary damage really. But their archers are getting absolutely smoked. Obviously, what is 20 like Kuzit footmen archers trying to do? Obviously they have missile cap. The missile cap's probably dealing damage, but they're just archers walking about. What are they meant to do against like 60 Fiend champions? I don't really expect them to do anything. But absolutely crushing them here. I'm getting a decent amount of kills. I've got 15 kills. Obviously it's not my most incredible performance on kills. I definitely get a lot more kills in a lot of different battles, but that went ahead and put my total up a decent chunk though. But the sword's just hitting for like just under their full HP. I'm not sure what their full HP is, considering I'm not sure what the Lord's perks that they've got are. Because there's different Lord perks that like can give your troops more HP. So I'm not sure what they are, but obviously we're going ahead and just crushing them here. One thing I might actually need to do, which I always forget, is I've got pretty good captain perks probably. So I could probably elect myself a captain and give a certain unit a bonus in battles. I'll go ahead and do that probably in the next battle. And if I don't, then can somebody remind me in the comments to do that in another episode here? Because obviously that's going to be, especially if I haven't already done it, or if it's not auto done, that's going to be a pretty helpful thing to do, giving our men like a 10% damage bonus or whatever. I don't know what it would be, but no matter what it is, it's going to be pretty helpful. Yeah, we're absolutely just destroying them here. 200 kills to 30. That's beautiful. 200 kills to 30. And they've already took 20 actual kills here. The rest have just been injuries, which we'll obviously recover after this battle because we're not losing this. There's no way we're losing this when they've got 300 men against 800 and they've got this bad of a ratio so far on kills. But yeah, we're absolutely destroying them here. I'm not sure what we're going to do after this siege. Not siege, after this, obviously, attack. Because they're sieging us, so we defended our siege. Which is pretty good because we're taking Atricon back, I think. It doesn't tell me. Oh no, Case now. Oh, we're defending Case now then. I thought we would need Atricon. That might be an update. I'm pretty sure we took Atricon. But apparently we're defending Case now, which I didn't actually know. Because I just loaded this back up. Obviously I loaded the save. And then I just went straight into the defense and then started recording, obviously. So I didn't actually know what siege it was. But we're obviously destroying them here. I'm actually going to charge the infantry here. We're going to peel the cavalry back and regroup it. I don't really see any point in just scattering the cavalry. Because right now they're just scattered, getting themselves killed, when our infantry can now charge. Our archers are in a decently good position here. Yeah, our infantry line's about to beat theirs. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold them there, actually. Considering the amount of infantry there, if we just trickle in, we're going to take some losses. But if we just let our archers deal damage here. The cavalry swoops from the side, we're going to get a lot of kills here. That was a horrendous charge from the cavalry here. We're actually going to charge them into their archers here. It doesn't look like they're really going to do much against their infantry, so we might as well get them to do something. I can go ahead and do something in their backlines though, because once we break them here, which I think we basically have, now we can just start surrounding them here. Yeah, we're absolutely just crushing them here with the sheer weight of our numbers. And that's basically the win, honestly, because they've got 26 men. They've lost the major chunk of their force. They're down to 180 men, probably. So they'll be down to 160 men after this battle-ish. Which isn't enough to crush 800 or to 900 man army. It's basically like we just caught our little party here. Obviously, I'm going to try and make sure that as little of them escape as possible, if I can actually hit a sword swing. But, like I said, we might siege that clan's land. The clan that has no land. We might go, no land. The clan that we want to join us that has a decent chunk of land. We can make him have no land and then he can join us. Oh, that's actually really good that we got one of those guys. Oh, we got two of them. Yeah, that's actually pretty good because we've got a lot more relation with that clan, which we're about to siege them a load, so it's pretty good. Obviously, we're going to kick out the prisoner we don't need. We're going to take all of the loot, which we probably have a lot of money worth of loot here, and we're going to go ahead and see what we need to do. Is there any updates either? Atricon. We took Atricon, like I said. The vault hasn't been done yet. Battania hasn't really lost too much. Obviously, they've lost a decent chunk, but they haven't lost as much as I thought they were going to. Lycron's getting sieged. Obviously, Danuchka got taken last episode. Lycron's getting sieged, and the West's in a decent position. Kuzets are in a weakened position here because they've got 2 extra towns, but then they've lost one of their Kuzet towns. They've gained a lot of castles though. They're 4,000 strength weaker than us. Plus, we yoinked one of their clans, so they've only got 8 clans left. I think what we're going to do here is... What does that guy's land? How strong is his land? 500. That's 450. Ooh. We're not taking that 700 fief anytime soon. It looks like Vlandian is probably the best choice for siege, so we're going to go ahead and siege that. Right, so we're back. As you can see, we're defending Unsec, which if we crush his army, then we can go ahead and siege Ordinox. They're about to siege Epinosa, but obviously we're going to launch this... Well, yeah, we're going to launch the assault here. I'm not sure if it's an assault, if it's on the battlefield, but we're going ahead and doing it anyway.
Under my orders.
And, ooh, this is one of the best battles for both sides here. I think it's probably a little bit better for their horse archers, but at the same time, it's going to be a field day for the Fiend Champions here. So I'm not too mad with this battlefield here. Obviously, it's going to probably favour them a little bit more, but considering we've got a lot of cavalry as well, we can go ahead and counter them. If we get our archers set up, our Fiend Champions are going to have a field day with their infantry and archers. Their Kuze Khan Guard and Missile Cav are probably going to be very annoying in this battle. But if we can counter that with just cavalry numbers and archer support, then it's not going to be too bad, especially if we manage to cut some of them down now, which I'm actually doing a beautiful job at doing. We should probably take their cavalry on, especially if they're going ahead and charging us head first. Ooh, one of their lords killing. Yeah, if we can just maybe fall back a little bit with the cavalry. I'm going to deliberately push them that way just because there's a few cavalry over that way, and if we manage to charge their full cavalry, well, our full cavalry into their few little pieces of cavalry, that's going to be helpful.
Charge! Infantry!
We're going to go ahead and counter their position here, because if we counter them, it's going to be a bit better than what we're currently doing, which is just... They can easily just walk past our infantry lines and just get to our archers. Yeah, they're actually falling back, which is good. It's always good when the Kuze can't fall back, because you can, or at least I can definitely. If I've got a fast horse on them, I can just swing at the backs and get kills. Which is obviously very good. Yeah, so we're absolutely just getting kills on this missile cav unit, which is obviously very good, especially if I could actually hit this Khan's Guard. We need to be a little bit careful though, because we're kind of pushing out of our depths here and into their full force, which we can't really take their full force on at once. Maybe setting up a position up here would be good.
Forward! Wheel to enemy infantry!
I think setting a position up there would be very nice. It would be a good place to hold. It would also be a great position to just fry their infantry lines and archer lines. We could rain down arrows on their head. Which obviously would be very good. Oh, that's actually a pretty good kill as well. If I can kill this lord, this cavalry unit's absolutely saving this lord. Oh, I might actually go down. Luckily I didn't. I managed to kill the guy. Yeah, our infantry line set up, our archer line is getting quite a lot of kills, and our cavalry line charged their missile cav here. We should just be able to fry them if we get our Fiend Champions in the right position here. Fiend Champions will do a lot of damage to their lines. Oh, that's under the Lord. If we can target the Lords here, obviously decrease their morale, that's going to be very nice. Oh, he's actually trying to get my Fiend Champions killed. I think he might have just killed himself by trying to take on 6 Fiend Champions with 2-handed swords.
Infantry! Make a shield wall!
I think we're going to shield wall advance here. I think it's going to be a little bit safer than what we were currently doing. And obviously it's going to draw that archer fire, which is then going to mean the Fiend Champions getting 3 shots on them. We just continue advancing. If we manage to take their men out, obviously the flaxmen are getting picked up because they don't have shields. But that archer's actually charging our infantry line here, which is pretty good because we're holding the position, so we basically just force their charge. Which is obviously not good if they're charging archers at an infantry line. That's just guaranteed death. Yeah, we got 117 kills so far. We've obviously got double our kills. We need to preserve as many men as possible because we need good numbers for that siege, for that town siege. They've got 700 men in it. So we need to preserve as much men as possible here. It does look like their men are kind of coming from this angle, so we're going to actually move our infantry line to defend that angle. Our cavalry losing to them as a cav. I think we might have been. We're going to run the cavalry on me, and I'm just going to lead a straight charge straight through their men. If my cavalry stop getting in the way of me. And if we can go ahead and just crush this missile cav. And just charge and sweep through everything. Especially the archer line. This archer line is going to take damage when we charge through it. Yeah, we're just going to charge now. Even if we didn't get a bunch of kills, we probably got a bunch of damage, which damage is pretty good as well. Their missile cav is getting shot up by our archers. It does look like we're taking quite a few losses here though. Luckily it kind of subsided, but we did take like 10 red losses without getting a single kill for a second, which I didn't know if that was the battle turning in their favor. But we still do have a lot more power than they do. We're going to move our archers to a better position here. I think that's a much better position for our archers here. I think that's a much better position. Because if we can get our archers in that position, we can just shoot them from across the battlefield here. Which, being able to shoot them from anywhere is going to really show in the kills. Obviously, we need to finish off their missile cav, but... Oh, I was going to say there's not much left of it, and then a whole load of missile cav and stuff just spawned in. Hopefully we get reinforcements, but at the same time, hopefully we don't need reinforcements. I was facing the wrong way. No, we're facing the right way. Their direct charge is going to just fail, because we've got a solid infantry line with a very strong backing of archers. This battle is going absolutely beautifully here. Any of their men that are trying to just straight up charge are just dying. Especially on horseback, because they'll just get popped up the horses while getting swung from below. I kind of need to halt their missile cav here, because their missile cav are kind of getting a bit too close to our archers here. I could do with stopping that. Luckily, Vlandian champions are just absolute beasts at close range. Their infantry line's basically gone. They've only got an archer line left, which I'm actually going to go ahead and charge them straight into their archers. Oh, as I do that, they give massive reinforcements here. We're going to actually call the cavalry off fully. We're just going to draw the cavalry off anybody they're attacking. Vlandian champions have an absolute field day here. And if we can just go ahead and shred the absolute heck out of these Crusades here. The archers are in very nice positions. Very nice positions. Their missile cav are just dying out because they're so weak. Like, this is the worst of the missile cav they can possibly get, I think. Which is obviously great for us. And we just charge. They've got 70 men against 100. We've got a solid infantry line against some weak peasants. Yeah, their peasants are just dying out here, especially with me being in the back here, getting a lot of kills. Oh, I went down here, but we should just be able to crush the rest of them here. Just with the Vlandian champions alone, we should be able to finish them off. Yeah, that was a beautiful victory here. Obviously, it's not like we just destroyed their full faction or anything. But they can't continue to sustain this amount of losses here. And we only lost like 40 men through the entire siege. Which we're obviously going to free all of the men. Because we need a relation.
I give up.
Yeah, so that's quite good here. Obviously we need to free a lot of the prisoners that we have. But what we're going to go ahead and do, obviously, is we're going to hopefully siege Ordinox. So I'll be back once we're hopefully ready to launch the assault. I'm going to check how many men we have. Probably like 1,100. Oh, 1,200. Is that enough to siege that? They've got 600 men. We have just enough to siege that. Is there any reinforcements we could call? Oh, Taos. Yeah, if those 3 lords manage to make it to us before we manage to siege, that's going to be beautiful reinforcements here. If we take that castle, maybe those 3 castles, and Ordinox and another clan, that's going to push the Khuzaits back, especially if we take that clan. That's going to push them back all the way to their Khuzait land and weakened in their Khuzait land as well. I'll be back once we're ready to launch the assault, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back, as you can see, and it's actually... I told them to go one side of the ladder, and they didn't. They went the other side, so there's nothing really we can do, I guess, so we'll just move the archers over this way. We had the archers all set up over that side as well, and everything. We were ready to actually launch the assault on that side, and then they've just decided, nah, we want to push this side. So I guess we'll push this side, and we'll see how it goes. Does look like they're stupidly only going up one ladder, so I'm just going to have to lift the other ladder up. Yeah, hopefully they now go on this side as well. Yeah, they do. Then with the archer support, we should just be able to crush this. Oh, no way that pushed us. Gonna have to push this ladder back up, but it does look like the men that we're getting up there is getting good kills. Well, we've got 8 to 1 kills, which is a pretty good ratio for us. Oh, the Fiend Champions managed to hit that guy pushing the ladders down. That's the good thing about the archers, is the archers always hit the guy pushing the ladders down at some point. I don't know why the ladder goes up this tall. I might even take fall damage from that. No, you just don't. I think you barely don't. Yeah, we are taking the wall now off them, which is obviously quite good. Yeah, this is going pretty good here. They've got decently elite men. They haven't got weak men. They've got decently elite men. But we just outnumbered them by a decent chunk. We outnumbered them by 40, plus the Fiend Champion support was very beautiful. If I can just go ahead and sit here and just ball them. I specifically built a battering ram so they'd have a big force at the gate. Which, having a big force at the gate just means the ladders are a lot easier to take. We're just gonna go ahead and just continue to headshot these guys. Because it's basically 3 kills. Like, I'm not taking any damage. My infantry ain't taking any damage from this. So it's just 3 kills. And obviously, the more shots we get in, the better it's going to be, because either the weaker the units are going to be, or it's 3 kills. And obviously, it's bow skill, which I'm not sure if I can level up my bow skill anymore, but either way, I'm getting good shots in here. We're getting quite a few kills. It might not be the most entertaining thing to watch, me just shooting some bow shots into this. Oh, there's actually an archer trying to get me. But obviously, with this siege being done, that's a big town. And I'm not sure if we're going to make peace. We might make peace. I might not, depending on what their offer is. It does look like they're going to put a decent offer in, though. Like a decent offer. Because if we wanted to make peace ourselves, if we were going ahead and making peace for ourselves, it was, I think, 2.5k. If we were to offer peace, they'd pay us 2.5k. So, them offering, if they offer, it's probably going to be like 3.5k or something. I'm hoping. I'm not too sure. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and just stop this line from making it to the wall. Or at least stop a few of them. Even just the 2 kills we got, even if we get like 2 more kills. If there's only one of them that makes it to the wall, that's fine. Or if we can go ahead and just go for a full wipe of their full line. They're not reinforcing this wall with anything. We have got a line there. No way I missed that. Ooh, our Flaxman might actually die here. Yeah, that was actually quite nice to save the Flaxman. We might not be able to save the other one though. Oh, I think that guy actually died as well. It wasn't just an injury. We are obviously getting good kills. We're getting held a bit at the gate here, which I want to actually stop from happening. Yeah, we're kind of breaking the back of their line, which is kind of freeing up our men. Ooh, they did just reinforce it with the rest of their men. I think all of their men are here, holding this bit. From like 3 flaxmen, and then like 2 or 3 flankers, which is me, and like 2 other troops. Ooh, 2 of our men are getting surrounded. We're actually taking quite a lot of damage. I'm not sure if we've lost the walls. I'm not too sure if we've lost the walls. Yeah, I'm not too sure. The amount of infantry is kind of telling me. Oh, yeah, the amount of men we've got is kind of telling me that we've lost the walls. Are they actually charging out of the gate? If we can get them to charge out the gate.
Archers, move!
If we can get our archer line there and get them to charge us out the gate. This is like 3 kills as long as that guy doesn't hit me with a ball. Oh, the majority of their infantry line's charging the archers. The Fiend Champions can deal damage though. Yeah, it's just an open field battle here. Which I don't know why they take, and they're trying to walk up their own ladders again. Yeah, what idiots. They charged out of their own gate. Tried to fight us, and they've lost like 50 men because of it. Ooh, Fiend Champion losses aren't good though. Yeah, that was actually the stupidest play they could have made. Charging out the gate to follow us. I set up our archer line a little bit. We managed to get good kills, and then they've just crumbled. Yeah, and we're just sat on the wall popping them as they respawn, I think. Yeah, that was the stupidest play they could have made. Pushing out of the walls. Losing their advantage. This battle is going absolutely amazingly here. Yeah, so that's basically the victory here. I'm going to take a very quick break because I actually need a drink here. But yeah, so I'll be back once there's a vote. But until then see ya. Right, so we're back, as you can see. We've got QZ peace here, which we are probably going to accept. QZ, yeah, definitely. For 3k, we're going to accept some QZ peace here. And we're going to break the army here. Obviously, there's no point in it here. We managed to take 4 towns off them. And 5 castles. 4 towns and 5 castles is not bad in one war. And Khuzaits are at war, or not Khuzaits, Battania. Whoever Battania is at war with, we're going to declare war on. Vlandia. Yeah, the Great Vlandian War. Yeah, so we're going to head up here. We're going to get ready. Then we're going to go straight for Legata. We're going to take Legata, then we're going to take all of the little castles here. We're going to push them back to where the Vlandians came from here. What's this vote for? Oh, Nox. Oh, yeah. Surig. I don't mind that going to Surig, in all honesty. It's not terrible. But we'll be back once we're up at the Vlandian land, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back, as you can see. We've got 680 men, which I think is a good enough place to declare war on the Vlandians. We're going to, obviously, it's going to cost a lot of influence. It just cost me 1k influence just to declare war. But we're obviously going to go ahead and besiege the town here. This is going to put them in like high distress here, and we'll be back once we're ready to launch the assault, so I'll see you then. Right, so we're back, as you can see. We're in loading screen for the Glen siege here, which, if we manage to win, is going to be quite good. Also, we do need to find Caltia, which I'm not sure if we're going to do in this episode. We probably will, but we might not, depending on how long the siege takes. But obviously, this is going to be pretty good. This is going to be definitely pretty good here. So we get all... Oh, they've merged all the men into different units. I actually forgot that was going to crack the wall, so we've actually not got cracked walls here, so we're just going to have to slowly advance to their walls. But what I can do is I can go ahead and obviously ball people from range while we're waiting. That guy just basically got hit by a full trebuchet shot and just lived. I was gonna say he'll go tell the story, but he might be dead after this final arrow. No, he won't tell the story because he's literally dead. He wasn't even injured either, so... But this is obviously very, very good. And obviously the better we can do in this siege, the more likely we are to go ahead and crush more of Vlandia. Vlandia is quite weak though. They also made peace with Battania. Well, Battania made peace with them, should I say. Pyrodor. It said Pyrodor of the Battanians has made peace with the Vlandians, which means he's the one who proposed it. The Vlandians didn't. I'm not sure what obviously that peace deal was, but hopefully it's Vlandia paying, because it means they'll have a little touch less money fighting us, which obviously will be good. They're quite rich though. They're definitely quite rich. But Calthea with no land, if she joins us, that's then going to weaken their entire faction to the point where they might just start to crumble. Because right now it's a 13 versus 11. I think we have 13. I think it's 13 versus 11. I think that's the clans. 13 versus 11. So if we take this clan, then it will be 14 versus 10, which is a lot better odds in our favour. It's a lot better odds in our favour, which is obviously quite nice. We're going to go ahead and actually start climbing before. Hopefully it doesn't kick me off. It does actually look like it's going to glitch if I continue climbing. It might not kick me off. I might be able to get up there quite... I don't think this is meant to happen. I'm not sure what just happened there. I'm really not sure what just happened there, but at least we didn't die. That's actually quite funny. Yeah, at least we didn't die. I have no clue what just happened there. We just started climbing to heaven here. Good thing I have player death enabled. I mean, disabled, otherwise it might be warning that we're going to die actually properly in this battle. I have no clue what just happened there. We literally just started climbing to heaven there. Either way, at least we didn't die, so we can still go ahead and participate in this battle. But that would have been... Obviously, it would have been bad if we died, but it would have been kind of funny if we just climbed to heaven and then died. But yeah, I've got no clue what happened there. It's probably a glitch because I was climbing too early, so it didn't really want me to do that. I'm actually going to jump off the walls here and help with the gate. Obviously, we did take a bit of fall damage there, but I think it's probably better. Ooh. There's somebody who's chucking rocks off the walls. Because whatever they're doing, it's working. And that's not good for us. Yeah, we can just go ahead and charge right through. Hopefully nobody... They just opened the gates for me to walk through. They just trolled me. They just opened the gate and then shut it back up. I'm kind of looking up for rocks. They might be able to dodge one if they try and chuck it down at me. Ooh. Luckily it's only wounded right now, but yeah, we can continue to just swing at the wall here. Yeah, we managed to break the wall here. Well, not the wall, but obviously the gate here. And we can just flood right through. They've got, ooh, a lot of militia. They've got a big chunk of militia, which are trying to kind of fill the gap in the defense of the gate, but militia aren't going to do much against Flaxman and Team Champions here. They're really not going to do much. They might get a kill or two, which they're not even getting that. That's obviously great if they're not getting that, because it just means we're getting more and more kills. We're absolutely crushing the siege here. Absolutely crushing it. This is a beautiful performance from our men. Especially in a siege where they have a lot of men. This is a beautiful performance. Obviously they do have like 500 militia or something like that. They have 500 militia, I think. Or they had, no, I think they had like 450 militia and like 300 garrison or something. So obviously the majority of their men now are militia, which we're just having an absolute field day with. If you just look in chat, they're not getting any kills. They haven't got a single kill for a solid couple minutes. They got kills while we weren't on the walls, and just as we were on the walls. But yeah, that's a beautiful siege here. I don't really see much point in running, so we'll be back once the actual battle's done, so I'll see you then. Actually, I might as well, since so we are. I think we're gonna end off the episode after this. So yeah, obviously, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more. I'm gonna wait for the vote, obviously, but obviously this I think is a nice place to end up the episode. We've made peace with the Crusades. We took the first town off Vlandia, and actually, we're gonna leave the keep assault for the next episode. So, and we'll actually, for once, we'll actually participate in it. So, thanks for watching. Peace. And I really do actually I forgot to say, but I always say, and this is the first episode I've actually forgot to say, is I do actually enjoy making the videos a lot. I really do. I appreciate it. I really do just like absolutely love making videos, especially the recording part. And I just appreciate everybody watching, liking, commenting, anything you do to help out the videos. I appreciate. So thanks for watching. Peace.